I'm Scorned Luke Summerhaze.
I'm just James J. Moyles. That caught me off guard.
And I'm James the Jester Stewart.
And you're listening to Monster Mash.
And on this week's episode, if you couldn't tell, we're hunting the Scorned Magnamalo.
Party had just begun. The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son.
Play the mash,
They played the Monster Mash.
the monster mash.
It was a
Jericho coming down. Now you know. Break the wall down.
A Magnamalo variant that achieves an even more twisted, malevolent form. Filled with hatred, they are known as Scorned Magnamalo. Shrouded in hellfire at all times, they also boast larger arm blades and are hard armour plating. During battles, they have been spotted focusing their hellfire and swinging it like a blade.
Hear me, O flames of those devoured. Restless spirits doomed to serve a creature of malice. Your will is connected, no matter how faint. And though you are destined to fade before long, I implore you, before making your way to purgatory, you must bear witness to the power of your own souls, manifested as relentless evil.
So, if you listened to last episode, at the end, you might have heard the absolute bewilderment in my voice as because Jas was saying, yeah, we'll get an episode of this guy, no worries, don't need to mash him up with another subspecies or variant, you know, he can stand his own ground. Both me and Luke were very dubious of this claim. Having just fought the guy, I can see where you're coming from. This guy rules.
Yeah, it's a great.
He's pretty sick. I guess we do need to get into something first, which is like, what's a subspecies? What's a variant? What's a apex? What's a...
Well, like subspecies,
is like a slightly different species, so it's usually a changed element.
Yeah,
right?
Like it changes the element because it grew. It's basically focused in one region over another.
Yeah,
so
like real life speciation.
Yeah. So like it's a product of its environment. That's what a subspecies is. A variant is a monster that's like survived a long period of time to the point that it's become something else.
So that's kind of what the deviants
So like your
were,
savage
right?
Devil Joes.
That's what the deviants
like
are
that.
like a lot. Yeah,
So
definitely.
the deviants were just particular types of variant, but they
So
have the
like
same
that's kind of
properties.
that's interchangeable. Like variants and deviants, like there's like they're basically kind of the same thing.
And then the apex is like specifically they survived in Monster Hunter 4. It was they survived the frenzy virus.
Frenzy. Yeah.
And in this one, it's they survived the Curio, right?
Yeah. Well, like that's it. They become afflicted, yeah. In this, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, what were the apexes in Base Rise supposed to be?
We didn't have apexes in Base Rise, did we?
You did, yeah, you did. You did have Apex.
Yeah, because they were all basically they used the movesets basically from the...
And there's only a handful of them
That's
in
right, yeah.
The old...
in Sunbreak as well, and you only get them through like investigations.
That makes sense. I guess they're maybe just like, I don't know.
I think that I'd throw them in the same group as variants, deviants, and like 4U Apex and Rise Apex. Like they're all basically kind of supercharged off of surviving a really long time.
Yeah. But yeah, this guy is just a particularly old, tough Magnamalo.
Yeah. And I think you said this in the past, Jas, when we were kind of like quizzing you a little bit around why you thought Scorned would get a full episode. But this guy actually has some kind of proposed, sort of implied in-game lore about him, right?
Yeah, well, it's like when you unlock them, like the quest is basically you speak to Master Hammond, the blacksmith, and it says in the summary of the quest description that Master Hammond is like really upset about this monster.
Yeah,
Doesn't specifically tell you why, but like most of the Monster Hunter community have basically kind of pieced it together and suggest that Scorned Magnamalo is the Magnamalo that survived the rampage 50 years ago from the base game. Like, well, pre-base game, like you come in and there's a new rampage. There was a rampage that happened 50 years before that, and this is the one that escaped basically from 50 years ago's like rampage, and that's why Master Hammond is upset about it, because
I
it destroyed
imagine
a
like
village.
the original, or like the rampage that happened most recently in the context of the game, they never got as far to find out that it was Ibushi and Narwa that were causing it, right? Like, they thought it was Magnamalo. So
Definitely, yeah.
it makes sense why Magnamalo got away, because they never got that far in their investigation. And I think if you want to have a peaceful existence, you do not let Magnamalo get away and grow old and even angrier, because he's a nasty boy when he all grows up.
Is this supposed to be the Magnamalo from that previous rampage then?
Not the one we played. Not the one we played, but like
that's what I mean. The one that
50,
they talk
50
about
50 years ago. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what people have kind of. That's what the community.
Because in this game, it seems like everyone, like, they, I guess, defended against the rampage last time, but they didn't get to the point of finding Magnamalo or finding Nawa and Ibushi, because that all seems to be new information when we find it.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, this is, like last time, they wouldn't have actually killed their Magnamalo or killed their
they
Thunder
just repelled
Serpents.
it. Like they basically they just survived. They repelled it, but obviously the village that they were protecting at the time was basically nearly destroyed.
And he's stuck around, and he's angrier than ever.
So we got into it back on the original Magnamalo, that it's based on like a haunted samurai suit of armor, right? Because it's literally powered by like the gases or the souls of the monsters it's killed. Yeah. And then this one takes that and just cranks it up.
Well, it mentions it uses its hellfire, which is kind of what's meant to be the spirits, as like focusing it up on its like big long, even longer arm blades. Like I think from just a coolness factor, like Magnamalo was always like already a really good monster. Like, like their flagships are always given a lot of love and attention, right? Like that's always been.
Yeah, I don't know if I can think of a bad flagship.
Not one I can think of. No, not in the games I've played at least. No, not at all. But yeah, but this is just taking what was cool about Magnamalo and turning it up to 11. And like, if you listen to the hunt, or go and watch the hunt rather, like you'll hear, especially me, just like geeking out about how cool this monster is. They absolutely nailed it from a visual standpoint. What we spoke about in the hunt, like its big old arm blades having that kind of serrated edge.
Yeah.
Big look at Batman off that. Big look at Batman.
Yep. Batman's always had not always, but particularly in modern incarnations, has had a lot of like the ninja about him or the samurai, so it does make sense. I'm wondering now if at Batman's arm guards, like, because in Batman Begins you see them on the League of Shadows ninjas, right? I wonder if they are a ninja thing that predates Batman.
It could be, because I mentioned also in the hunt about the ninjas from Fire Emblem Fates having that arm blade on them as well, and I'm going to check if I was right, and they do have those arm blades. They're not serrated, but they do have those kind of blades sticking out from their gauntlets. So maybe it is something that genuinely is a ninja thing.
It would have been
know.
for like a presentation, like kind of ceremony thing, if anything, right? Like there wouldn't be like practical arm blades,
almost
big arm blades in an actual combat.
Almost everything that we associate with like ninjas these days was like added later in like to make them cool. Because the idea originally was that they would use like real farming equipment and stuff, so it wasn't obvious that they were ninjas. Because if you're walking around dressed like a ninja, you're not going to be very good at sneaking into someone's castle.
Exactly.
So you would just dress like a traveling farmer or a traveling monk or whatever. And then that's why the weapons we associate with them are like things that like that the sort of scythe on the rope, because that could just be a genuine farming tool, and then they can repurpose it as a weapon.
But
So yeah, probably. I expect a lot of ninjas are depicted with Batman arm spikes now, but whether anyone actually used those back in the Sengoku Jidai, probably not.
Probably not.
And then maybe like Batman said that he got it from ninjas, and now other ninja material is just saying that ninjas have those, but maybe it did come from Batman.
It's likely, like you said, something that comics and manga and anime have included to make their characters just visually look cooler. Which Monster Hunter is co-opted here for Scorned Magnamalo, who has big licks of anime with his like you saw it in the intro cutscene where he's fighting Zenogre, and he does the samurai I'm going to slash past you with his big old glowing arm blade, and it's almost like you could imagine him like sheathing his arm blade and then the Zenogre just going and then dying like you see in so many
I like they do that
films.
in the cutscene, like because it kind of leaves his big massive move, like you actually get in the hunt when he fully focuses Hellfire, and like what they refer to in the description there, swinging it, his Hellfire like a blade, is when he does the supercharged red one.
Okay.
And he swings his tail like in a big arc. I'm pretty sure that's meant to be the Hellfire as a blade.
But he literally makes like lightsabers out of his Hellfire on his wrists. So.
His wrist, yeah. And
For me, ridiculously, the anime I actually always associate that move with that's how War Greymon kills Machine Dramon in Digimon Adventure. Obviously, that's just that's the first one I saw because I was 11. So
I always associate it with actually a game, Ninja Gaiden, like which is like one of the first games to ever have like cutscenes, so to speak, at the start. And that's how that opens. Like the two ninjas jump at each other with their swords, slash, and then one drops down dead like afterwards. So yeah,
nice. But yeah, it's an absolute classic of. It's probably from probably predates anime. It's probably from a Kurosawa film.
Yeah, it's going to be in samurai films and like kung fu movies and stuff as well.
Yeah, it always looks cool, and it absolutely suits this monster.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then obviously, as Jas was saying there, like his real surprise move that wasn't teased at all in the intro cutscene, where he just glows red, really amps up that demonic sort of visual appearance, and then spins round with that big arcing blast of the Hellfire, which, very visually impressive move, and surprisingly not as strong as I thought it'd be. Like I thought I was going to be like an instant kill, or like close to it.
Yeah, I survived it a couple of times in the hunt.
It makes a cool sense where it's not like he's got a different power like you would see in a subspecies or something. He's got the same power as any Magnamalo. He's just mastered it.
Yeah, and it kind of goes back to what we were saying in our previous episode, where this is probably how the design should be for an Apex or a Deviant or a variant,
whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Where it's that monster, but turned up to 11, souped up massively, and has a cool new move to go with it to kind of demonstrate its mastery of its own abilities, which the Scorned Magnamalo definitely has in heaps and bounds.
Yeah, boy.
I was having a look at the I said during the hunt, like its face how one of the horns is kind of chipped and broken off. I thought it initially reminded me of a like a hanya, which I think is a type of like oni or a mask even. Like I know it from Yakuza because Goro Majima has a big tattoo of it on his back.
Yeah, I looked up Goro's tattoo when you said that, and yeah, it's basically just an oni. But yeah, it is definitely, he's got like an oni mask type of face.
Yeah,
but specifically with like one big horn and then like the other horn missing. But again, that's just a cool touch because he's old, right?
Yeah, that which also reminds me of Venom Snake.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like Scorned Magnamalo, punished Venom Snake.
Punished. Yeah.
Yeah, they know what they go for.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm already a demon.
Well, he's not in the
But,
game
like,
still. I was going to mention the Scorned Magnamalo's armour there. Like I'm not made it, but like just the design of it, like you probably really like the chest piece has got like a cape attached to like samurai armour and it's kind of floating backwards. But at the top of each shoulder, you've got floating hellfire samurai blades that poke out and float alongside you.
Oh, I'm looking at it now. That armour is sick.
Hell yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah, it's even more samurai than the original Magnamalo one was.
Interestingly, just about the Hanya there, it's actually, it's not a oni. It's actually typically used in theatre.
Yeah, no, I know it's used in no plays, but it is an oni.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
Oni is just the Japanese word for like a horned demon. So
fair enough. I was thinking yokai. Sorry, that was what was my word. I was thinking not oni. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, the mask changes depending on how resentful.
Yeah, the angle
jealous.
you sort of hold it at, it can look like a really different expression. They're very well made.
Which the kind of obviously resentful, vengeful, scorned nature of the Magnamalo that ties in with the hellfire and its whole lore behind it, right? So.
And also, no theatre was like regularly practiced by samurai. And sometimes even their armour would incorporate like this kind of mask as the face. So
nice.
Yeah. In Last Samurai, Ken Watanabe's character does know.
Nice.
And then Tom Cruise turns up and suddenly the film decides that it's not going to be about the interesting character, it's going to be about Tom Cruise instead.
So that's your lot for the Scorned Magnamalo, but make sure and join us next time. We're going to go back and do a little mishmash of some different subspecies that we've not talked about yet from some of the post-release content of Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, so make sure you come back and join us for that. But until then, look, where can they find us and support us and all that good stuff?
You can find us on Twitter at Monster Mash Pod. We're also on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Just make sure you search Monster Mash Podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe, rate and review, tell your Monster Hunter playing friends. Be like, hey, check out these lads. They talked for 16 minutes about Varian. That's how you know they're the boys. And yeah, make sure you do that. Oh, and also, if you want to support the podcast, help keep it online, you can go to patreon.com/podcastshowpodcastius, and there you'll find links to the other podcasts that we create.
And what can they tweet at AndyMan949 this week, Jazz?
Tweet AndyMan949 and just tell them your favourite anime attack.
Tweet at AndyMan949 all of your scorn.
All of your scorn.
I'm definitely doing the first one. I'm getting involved in that. Just get different Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Just spam
Dragon
him with
Ball
anime.
moves,
He
just
loves it.
sit-
He'll love
this
it.
week. Monday you'll get the Kikoho. You'll get the Kamehameha.
Is this a new Craig David song that I haven't heard before?
Kalami did with Dragon Ball. Did you know? Right, well, catch us next time.
Bye!
Cheerio!
rogered by another man.
I forgot that the phrase "cuck" actually means something. So I was like, "The fuck is
I
going
know
on?"
you did, because of how much it's part of your regular vernacular. You did, because of how much it's part of your regular vernacular.
By the way, I think that sentence was the start of you being live on Twitch.
Excellent. Right, I am recording some audio content.
I'm also recording.
Oh, I'm recording. 3, 2, 1. Talking
Talking
about
about
snacks.
Bag snacks.
snacks.
Alright, I'm ready for that jelly.
With a vengeance.
Here we go.
Eliminating that vengeful beast. Go get her done.
Just imagine this quest delivered to you by Mater. Oh, cool visual. This isn't going to end well for Ogs and Ogs. Jesus. I kinda wish they didn't spoil that in the cutscene.
Boy, what?
The big anime
His
sword that
visuals.
he just anime killed Zenoga with.
That was awesome!
Fair enough.
Sick.
I'd say that's a good start. If you enjoyed the cutscene.
Me and Jay will give you a whole podcast on just times we've seen people do that kill in animes, to be honest. Right, guess what the video, the Twitch viewers are going to get to enjoy.
Is it going to be you running about looking for bugs?
Oh, it was going to be me eating a meal, but apparently I did eat a meal. Oh, it's because we had the thing in the other one, didn't we? So that's why it seems like a low bar.
Correct.
Well, you were already sitting down, so
There's no rainbow bird.
that's cool.
Yes. So it's probably going to be you running about, as we are, looking for bugs.
Yeah, I mean, I've done enough quests on
Already
this
done.
thing. I can get them pretty easily. Unless I fucking jump off a cliff like an idiot. Yo, what's up?
That's
it's
worse.
your boy. Check out some rad high-level gameplay of Monster Hunter Rise Outbreak. And all the pro strats for how to fucking jump off your dog and go down in a river.
It's up to Look Loves PKMN on Twitch for more pro strats. Do you have a sub button yet, or?
No. I average like 2 viewers, and those 2 viewers are Mus and my friend Amelia.
Fair.
I mostly get views on YouTube after the fact. I don't get a lot of live views.
Fair. Suppose you've got to kind of stream fairly regularly, and
Yeah, I do stream
consistent
most weeks,
numbers and
once
stuff.
or twice a week. I was thinking of tying some extra things in there, maybe doing like a midweek Splatoon stream, and
that'd probably get some views. You know that.
I've been meaning to play some. I've been meaning for ages to play through the Resi series. So if I can spook myself out, it'd be good.
Yeah, I've been meaning to go back and actually play them from the beginning because I've only done the worst ones by most people accounts.
I've done
5 and
4,
6.
which is a genuine banger. And then, 5, 6 in Revelations.
Okay, we're fighting the boy.
Right, I'm on my way. I'm on my way.
He's a big lad. Are they always this big?
He did look big in that
So,
cutscene,
yeah.
but I think he has always been pretty big. I think in your head you just assume he's the same size as an ogre, but he ain't.
But remember, he has a variant as well, so sometimes they're generally bigger. The whole point is they've been about for a long time.
Oof.
Oh, I like his serrated blades. I need to have a proper look at a regular Magnamalo and see how different this guy is.
Is the blades are like super long.
Blades are
I
a
think
lot bigger,
his-
They're like Batman's
Like his-
arm things.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. Like where what was reminding me of him. Yeah, definitely Batman vibes. And I think his head crest is a lot bigger as well.
Mm. And that makes sense for the more important of a samurai are, the more ridiculous and ostentatious your helmet and stuff is.
Mm.
Oh, is he a bit more asymmetrical as well, his head? That's cool.
Yeah, I think he's got scarred, one of his horns are broken or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bit like
The Diablos.
not Diablos. I was actually thinking of something from Japanese mythology. What's
Oh,
like the Hanya? Is that what it's called?
Oh, is it some sort of Oni?
Yeah, it's Majima has a tattoo of it at the back of him.
Ah.
Yakuza, but I'll look it up before we do the actual cast and see if it does look similar. Oh shit! Here we go. Oh, yeah, this guy rules.
Should I get should be able to kill him here? Oh, remain these.
Is there anything else in the map? Oh, there is.
Bugs,
Yeah,
there's
there's
bugs.
some
Yeah,
in this
yeah,
area. Yeah.
And he's
Oh.
away.
Hey, just gotta go fight a monster, I think, right?
Fair enough.
Oh, bugs. Bugs is fun. Fuck off.
It's wall slams, yeah.
Talking about bug snacks, mate. That's what the whole point of our sync was about. Was to clue you in what you needed to do.
I've gone to see my good friend Steve.
Yeah? What's Steve got to say to it?
Rawr.
I expected, to be honest.
What's the KO there?
He says oh, Dustin, you have to use this product in your hair.
What?
Steve from Stranger Things.
Oh. Genuinely haven't seen any Stranger Things, so
Okay.
lost on me.
There's a guy in it called Steve. He's very well liked.
Yeah, does he talk about hair product a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah, big old man, Steve.
He's got big 80s hair and then he becomes a sort of mentor character to one of the other characters and he teaches him how to do the hair.
Oh, don't need to watch Stranger Things now. I think that's the plot summed up, right?
That's the best bit. The rest of the cast are kind of boring and annoying, but Steve and Dustin, top tier content.
That's what I'm now choosing to believe Stranger Things is about. Like, I know it's not, but it's now in my head. A story about two guys trying to become hairstylists.
Again, if you want just the best bits, then yeah, that is what it's about. It's just
Stranger
an
Things
absolute top
abridged
lad
hair edition.
accidentally babysitting a bunch of kids for 4 seasons.
I get this tail like there's no tomorrow. Do you get a tail chop in the sky?
I'm sure you can.
Yeah. It's cuts the same way as like the regular one. Spears into the ground.
Nice. But it'll be cooler
Sick.
because he's a cooler monster. He reminds me a lot of the serrated blade and like his overall appearance in a way as well. Did you ever play Fire Emblem Fates at all, Luke?
A bit.
Do you remember the ninja lads in that? I'm pretty sure they had that on their arms.
Okay, I don't remember, but I'm sure you're right. No, Fate. I alternate between loving Fire Emblem games and then hating the next one, and then loving one and then hating one. So Awakening, banger, what a game. Fate, fuck off. Three Houses, banger, what a game. Engage, get this toothpaste bitch out my face. I've got 3 or 4 routes I can do on Three Houses.
It's like Fire Emblem Colgate in it.
Andy is adamant it is one of the best ones since the GameCube ones, and I'm just so.
Does it even have
dubious.
characters, or
Oh,
they just fucking summon ghosts the whole time?
I mean, yeah, it was meant to be a 30. Holy, I'm more interested in what's going on here. Actually, shut up about Fire Emblem. This is cool.
Kaboom.
Stop talking about anime games for nerds. Let's look at
About
this cool,
cool anime game for nerds.
cool anime game for cool guys. Oh fuck!
Oh, here it comes.
There we go.
Nice.
I was waiting for that one. It's my favourite move is.
Oh,
Hey!
not a hunt, lest Luke faints.
Well, it isn't, is it?
I don't know. We'd be disappointed if this guy didn't get a faint on one of us.
Yeah. I thought I was gone when he did his big fire beam, but it didn't do as much damage as I thought it would. Jesus, though, he is a nasty fucker.
Yep. I'm being careful with my wire bug usage.
Kaboom. Kaboom.
You doing more now?
Oh,
Tail cut one up?
yeah.
Nice.
Showed up like a fucking hero. Got the tail cut for you, boys. That's my WWE style comeback from injury.
Coming back at the Royal Rumble.
Yep. Oh god! It's Luke's music!
Have you heard who is genuinely rumoured to be in the Royal Rumble this year?
Your mum.
Yep, very good. The it's like we're going back like 20
God,
years.
that's Jay's mom!
I mean, I have met
It's,
Jay's mum at this point, so
It's,
she seemed perfectly lovely.
both. Did she pop round when you were here?
Yep.
Oh, you should drop off some.
Yes, you did, yeah.
Yeah. She was very
Some stuff
impressed
to
that I'd
strip
come
them.
all the way from Nagano to visit Cowden Beef.
Yep, as many people who have said that sentence have said. But yeah, both The Rock and Stone Cold are genuinely expected to be in the Rumble,
Ooh,
which is
a good old geriatric slugfest.
yep. Well, The Rock, Stone Cold did have a decent match with Kevin Owens, but that's probably
Yeah,
because
this guy in a trap.
Kevin Owens is really good.
Yep. But
But, like, The Rock is too insured to fucking do anything anymore.
yeah,
He can't do any moves.
And
with
he's
the risk
fucking
that
running
he
away,
will.
of course he
he
is.
nearly like botched like a whole production of a much less important film than the stuff he's in these days. Which was Hercules back when he like wrestled, like what was it, 10 years ago when he came back. And he's obviously a much bigger movie star since that happened. So
Yeah, the Hercules were like the beginning of the rock renaissance, right?
yeah, but I think might have come and gone now. Like I don't know if he's. I think Black Adam kind of flopped a bit, didn't it? So he's.
It did.
Flopped big time.
Yeah, and he was like hyping it so much.
Mm-hmm.
He was
he was
trying to
wanting,
treat like cinema like wrestling, and he was like running his promos and shit.
like calling out Superman. I'll see you this Sunday.
I think it was all downhill when he claimed that it wasn't done. It was done without any CG.
Come on.
Unless that was a joke. Someone said
That was definitely. He just needs to make 100 more Hobbs and Shaw films. That's all I need in my life. Hobbs and the Shaws.
Is it just Vin Diesel that he's fallen out with, or is it the?
Yeah. The reason Hobbs and Shaw exists is because him and Staith get on just fine. But he thinks Vin Diesel's a prick.
nice.
Next he'll be running for president.
Oh fucker.
What a broken country. But that's a genuine sentence that could come true.
Looks like no one doesn't like him.
What do you have heels here, man?
He'd be the
Not
people
meant to be
president.
a popularity contest, is it?
Well, unfortunately, yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is though. No, that's right. Uh-oh.
Like, people voted for Trump because not for his policies, and then people vote for Biden because he's not Trump.
Yeah. Oof. I think he was about to go for me there with some crazy move.
Yeah, I was like, he got the big, like, something's coming, and I ran away, and then he just sort of shrugged. As you get a little tease, is this guy?
Can he be trapped, this guy, or?
Yep, I think so.
Ooh.
He was getting me there. I had no
It is
heals
a
left
hunt.
and I was like half health.
And I will trap him, because, Jesus, that was getting dicey.
Yep.
Oh, who's the big dick player now?
And me, I didn't faint.
He's a tricky boy, this one.
Imagine turning back at camp with this, like, hell demon. Like, we brought this guy back.
All the research, guys. Go. I'll take the Magna Glare man.
I will
Yeah, I
also
got
take the
Glare Eye.
Magna Glare Eye.
Way! Good one
Three
for
of
the
us got that
lads.
there. Nice.
I was going to say, I guess we don't have to fight him again, but I think I will need to when I'm literally about to unlock this quest. No, not quite. I must sliver off. Yeah. Good lad, Tim.
Alright, bye, the one viewer we apparently have on Twitch.